Hi dear Sagittarius, welcome to my YouTube channel, and in this video I'm going to talk about the transits for the month of March. This month is a bit paradoxical because from the astrological perspective there's not a lot going on, but at the same time we have this huge event, lunar eclipse. So let's see what March has got for us. And so the first week of March should be relatively uneventful because on March 3rd we have the last quarter moon in Sagittarius. And so what does that mean? That means the first week of March is perfect for recharging your batteries, gain energy and get ready for the upcoming new moon and the lunar eclipse, because the energies are going to be quite hectic because of that lunar eclipse. And also this time is perfect for getting ready for the upcoming new moon by doing things like setting an appointment so that you can go to it like after the new moon, or like fill out an application so that you find out about the decision after the new moon, or like mail something so that it's delivered by the time of the new moon. You get the idea. And so that is the first week of March, and then on March 9th we have Mercury entering Aries until May 15th. And as you can see, that is an unusually long time for Mercury to spend in a sign. Normally Mercury sprints through signs in just 3 weeks, but this time it's going to stay in Aries for slightly more than 2 months, and that is because of the upcoming Mercury retrograde in April. I'm going to talk more about that in April, but what I do need to mention in March is that on March 18th Mercury is going to enter its shadow zone. And what do I mean by that is that when Mercury goes retrograde, it will come back to this spot, which Mercury will enter on March 18th. So if you need to sign contracts, agreements, or buy electronics, then do so before March 18th, or roughly speaking, like in the first half of March. And actually, the first half of March is perfect for that because all of the planets are moving direct. And if you sign contract during that period, you can be sure that it's gonna go well. Okay, the terms are not gonna change. You're not gonna like quit or anything. So yeah, and technically you can still do those things until April 1st, which is when Mercury will officially turn retrograde, but still it's not advised. If you can do those things before March 18th, that would be perfect. So next, on March 10th, we have a new moon in Pisces, on the 20th degree of Pisces. And dear Sagittarius, this is your fourth house. Fourth house is like the foundation of our chart, our emotional foundations. That is the chart that rules our childhood. That is the house that rules our home, literally, like the place we live at, the people we live with. It also rules our parents, one of our parents. Traditionally it was the mother, but nowadays it's just one of the parents. So this new moon might mean that there's going to be something new regarding those matters, something new about the place you live at. So, or maybe some Sagittarius will decide to move somewhere, like change their residence, or some Sagittarius might get a new roommate, or some might have one roommate move out, something like that. So as you can see, some changes in the place they live at. For other Sagittarius, it might mean that there's something new in their parents' life. All right, and so you'll start feeling the effects of this new moon after March 6th, because we start feeling it like 4 days before the new moon itself. So you can expect news, announcements, decisions after March 6th. And also what I need to mention is this is the last new moon before the solar eclipse in Aries in April. And the thing is, sometimes the effects associated with that solar eclipse can play out around this new moon. I'm not saying this is going to be true for all Sagittarius, it's just for some, depending on their placements, this might be the case for some Sagittarius. And so during this new moon, the luminaries are going to be loosely sandwiched between Saturn and Neptune. The Saturn is in the early degrees of Pisces and Neptune is in the late degrees of Pisces, and the luminaries are going to meet somewhere in between. And the good thing is this new moon does not make a lot of aspects. It only makes like one major aspect, and that is a sextile to Uranus in Taurus, and this is a very supportive aspect. So there might be an element of surprise or something unexpected but it's going to be in a good way. Okay, it's not going to be some nasty surprise. Yeah, because of the good aspect, sextile. It's the aspect of opportunity. And what else? On March 11th, Venus is going to enter Pisces until April 5th. So as you can see, there are 4 planets in your 4th house. That's a lot. It's like a mini stellium. So shortly after the new moon, the moon is going to leave Pisces, right? A day after it, and Venus is going to take its place. So you will still have 4 planets in your 4th house. Next, on March 19th, the sun is going to enter Aries, the spring equinox in northern hemisphere. It marks the official beginning of spring, and dear Sagittarius, for you, that is your 5th house. I mean, this transit happens every year. In March, the sun enters your 5th house until like April 19th. And so after that, March 22nd, Mars is going to enter Pisces until April 30th. So Mars is going to enter that party in Pisces that you have going on in your 4th house. So you will have Saturn, Venus, Neptune, and Mars in your 4th house. That is quite a lot. I would say that wherever Mars is, it tends to stir things up because it's such an energetic planet. Sometimes it can be even like an aggressive planet. But the thing is, this time you have Venus in there, you have Saturn, which will discipline and control Mars impulses, and dreamy Neptune. So don't worry about like being irritable at home. Like there is a small chance of that. But just be aware. Or another possible interpretation is that you might be more active at home, like fixing things, getting things done, because that is the nature of Mars. It's energetic. It's there to get things done. And finally, on March 25th, we have a lunar eclipse in Libra, on the 5th degree of Libra. Dear Sagittarius, for you, this is your 11th house. And so, what does lunar eclipse mean? Lunar eclipse is a full moon, and full moons are about illumination, culmination, clarity, and achievement. Okay, and so now couple that with the 11th house. 11th house is the house of friendships, networks, hopes and wishes, and also the internet. Okay, and also it's the house of the money that we make through our business, because it's the 2nd house from the 10th. So those things, there will be some big changes in that area of your life. For some Sagittarius, this might mean that a friend will be eclipsed, maybe like you will no longer be friends with them, or maybe something major happening, major culmination, major achievement happening in your friend's life. Yes. Or for other Sagittarius, it might be something regarding the internet. If you create content on the internet, there might be something big going on there. So the eclipses happen in an area of our chart every 18 years and also 9 years. I'm going to explain that in a little bit. So 9 years ago, we had eclipses in Libra, but back then the North Node was in Libra. But right now the North Node is in Aries, so they switched places. Now the South Node is in Libra. So do try to remember what happened in your friendships, in your romance back in 2014 and 2015. If we want to go further, we can look back to 2005 and 2006. That's when we had the exact same configuration as we have right now. The North Node was in Aries back then, and the South Node was in Libra. So if you were old enough back then, do try to remember what happened regarding, what happened around your friendships then. What happened around the themes of creativity, romance, children, hobbies, leisure, okay? And so, what else do I need to mention? Lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipse is like 20 full moons packed into one, so it's like full moon on steroids. It's huge. You don't get eclipses in this area of your life very often. It's I mean, as it is in like all houses. I'm sorry, I'm like rambling. So this is it for March, dear Sagittarius. Most of the month, the planets are in your 4th house, so the focus is very much on home matters, your family, the place you live at, like real estate matters. Okay. And towards the end of March, the sun is going to enter your 5th house, so the focus is going to shift towards your creativity, artistic pursuits, romance, children. Okay. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in my April video. Bye.